Hey, Damon Phil here. So today I just wanted to showcase a bit of what I'm gonna do for Path of Exile, the new league that is going to come out. So I just want a small showcase of what the build can actually do. Oh, unmaking, nice. Right there. So you're here. I'm gonna put one right there and just press on that and get one tap. No.
Return to the dirt.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just gonna put that here. Whoa. A lot of stuff. I just want those chests. And that's what happens when you don't have the... oh, that's good. This is getting ridiculous. Okay. So, the build, basically. As you can see, it's pretty good. It's okay. You know, it's a tier 16. Yeah, 16. With all of those, the build is actually quite strong. Quite resistance, but it's not the best like resistance build or like a ultra tanky build. It's just a good build, okay? I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best build. So this is what the Pathing 3 looks like, okay? Just going for the block stuff, block, but I'll show you that right after this, okay? The gear is very generic, very generic. So one-handed mace that I actually crafted myself. This I bought, not that expensive. That I bought, not that expensive again. The gear is very generic. I'm like, it's nothing very exceptional there, but it's good, you know. It's good gear. It's just nothing exceptionally very strong. So that's about it for the gear. You know, you don't need anything exceptional there. With the Pathing 3, well, just let me show you something first. Autoexertion, because my build is an autoexertion on a slam skill called Sunder. Sunder for me is one of the best skill in the game, and the way I play it, it's kind of a... it's not for me a melee. I kind of play it as if it was a spell, and I'll show you why I take it like if it was a spell, because if you take a spell, usually you're just gonna click there and it's just gonna throw something. But as you can see, it's so big, and when you when you left click here, you just click always attack without moving. So that makes it so that I don't have to go there to physically attack. Okay, that's just what it means. Auto exertion. Now, if you look closely right here, I've got a lot of exertion to do. And I can actually have one more. So if you click there, you have 14, 14, 12, 6, okay? If I start attacking, 12, 12, 10, 4. Okay, so you'll see they're always going back up. Why you're saying this? Do you have so many exerting attacks? Because of the ascendancy. This gives me a Warcry exert twice as many attacks, okay? The build right here, when you go right here, this one gives you Warcry exert one additional attack. So this is pretty darn good, specifically with Intimidating Cry, because I get 6 attacks that are double the damage, which is great. You get here, Warcry does not exert travel skills, and you're telling me now, Phil, why would you have Sunder and Bleed? It's not a skill that usually goes well with bleeding. I understand. Now, the thing is, all the other supports on this are gonna scale with hits and ailment. Because bleeding is an ailment, I just scale bleeding by default. Okay, so I don't put a lot into bleeding, but I scale hits and ailments, okay? And because Bleeding Mastery gives me 25% chance to aggravate bleeding on targets you hit with exerted attacks, Well, that's a lot of my exerted. Well, all of my attacks basically are exerted attacks. So this goes well. So I can aggravate bleeding a lot. Now, with maces, I love to chill. Chill is another ailment. It doesn't scale the damage. It just scales the fact that it chills people, and it's nice. It's just another supplement on it. Now, reduce physical damage taken. It's because of this one here, because I can take reflected damage when I lose all my defiance, and I don't want to get one tap by my own skill, so I just had to put it there. Now you have Sanctuary right there. Block, block, block. Exonerable, this is why. This is fine. You know, damage over time. Bleeding, bleeding, bleeding again. Duration. With life, resistances, versatile combatant, because they changed last league. Well, no, we say last league, so now it's 8 months ago. So it's -10 and -10 instead of before it was -50 and 50. So it's pretty good now with deflection and the life gain when I block. I've got some jewels right there, small jewels. As you can tell, I did not go here with the super jewel socketed. I never found one, so I just went like, yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna buy one or anything. It's not my playstyle. So as you can see, the build is basically a block, bleed, exerting attack. That's what it is. So just damage, exert, defense, and a bit of more damage. So that's what it is basically. But the real thing is really the exert here. Aggravate bleeding, so I don't have to aggravate in other ways and anything. So I can aggravate bleeding just by exerting attacks. And because I'm mace here, it just mace damage with ailments and hits and everything. So yeah, just it scales very easily. Nothing super crazy about this. It's just all the intricacies about Sunder and over exertion attack, because I actually have so many attacks. I have 4 war cries that are exerting attacks, so it's 18% times 4 every single attack. So my damage is pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah, I got this one here also. Melee hit which stunt have 10% to fortify. Because my Fist of War just brings my damage on it so high on physical hits, I stunt a lot of like smaller enemies. So when I'm just crowd controlling, I usually get max fortification as a freebie, just because I stunt so many stuff and my hits are just too strong. So that's what it is. If I can find, just to show you guys, yeah, like these one, you see, I don't even have to do anything. Like, you see, they're up there, 20. And because shield charge actually, shield charge is a hit, shield charge will give me fortified. Why? Because shield charge, rage support, and fortify support. So every time I do a shield charge in between people, I get my fortification. And then I've got my endurance charges. Yeah, it's very simple build. You don't have to be a very big brain to actually understand what's going on. You just have to put the good support. You see, defined 1 point. So this is basically the build. There's one right here also, aggressive bastion, 10% to gain an endurance charge on kill while holding a shield. So you don't even have to do anything. You see auto exertion, seismic cry, rallying cry, infernal cry, just to have those exerted attacks. I still have crushing fist because it's a retaliation skill, and I don't have to use a retaliation skill, pardon me, but it's kind of good. It goes with the build also. It's really a shit ton of damage. The area of effect is really high. I've put Shockwave on it, so when it hits, it just super damage with Shockwave. Pulverize just to have an even more area of effect. And Endurance Charge on melee stun, so I can just pull some more Endurance Charges with this skill. So you see that it all goes down in a big circle to get your charges up, get your fortification up, and you don't even have to think about it. So you just always have it on you. So yeah, that's about the skill. It's really simple, nothing very crazy. Get your Divine Flask as much as you can for the bleeding immunity, because I don't have anything for bleeding, but you know, bleeding is not that of a problem at that point. Just the physical damage is a problem. So that's about